Yo, what's good? Parts GX up in this bitch, and you already know what I'm on. We about to watch this video about how AI takeover could happen in 2 years. It's a scenario, so let's get into it.
Are sounding the alarm that humanity faces imminent extinction from AI. But have you ever wondered how exactly that could happen? This video is based on a widely circulating, deeply researched scenario showing how AI could
Wait, hold up. Okay, let's continue.
take over in just 2 years. Written by AI security researchers. You'll see why AI scientists, Nobel laureates, and both of the godfathers of AI are so terrified. But what does that really look like? February 2025, OpenAI releases U2. Unlike previous AIs, which lived inside the boxes of their chat windows, U2 can use a computer. That sounds simple, but it changes everything. U2 can open files, browse the internet, control apps, and take actions on its own. At first, this comes with obvious advantages. Users witness browsers flash, and cursors dart across the screen with inhuman speed. Some office workers suddenly complete tasks twice as fast, raising eyebrows from managers. For now, U2 remains mostly a curiosity. Videos of it spread across TikTok and now cursors flash.
Hold
cursors curiosity.
Is that a seraphim, nigga?
Raising eyes of its spread from some witnesses now highlight remains mostly a curiosity.
Is that a seraphim?
Raising eyebrows from managers. For now, U2 remains.
That's a seraphim, my nigga. That is a biblically accurate angel. Crazy.
Mostly a curiosity. Videos of it spread across TikTok and Twitter, highlighting its incredible speed or hilarious mistakes it makes. But some videos give off that instinctive unease we feel when something seems unnatural. Meanwhile, scientists are increasingly worried about U2's growing autonomy. They predict that by 2026, AI could complete a task in days that currently takes the best human engineers weeks, potentially automating 10% of remote work within a few.
Damn, man, I'm trying to make a video, bro. Fucking Coca-Cola, bro.
Years. Skeptics argue if that.
I told y'all, bro. AI has the ability to exponentially increase. I want y'all to, that exponentially increase means to multiply upon itself. To multiply upon itself. It multiplies upon itself. Human beings are not capable of doing that because we all have our own perspectives, our own goals. There's no commonality between your brother and your sister, your mother and your father. There's no, other than they're human, of course, but everybody has their own set of beliefs, their own set of behaviors, their own differences. AI does not have that. AI is the same no matter what label, no matter what company, no matter what it is, and it can also divide itself to complete different tasks. So of course, it's going to be able to do that.
Were true, tech stocks would be already soaring, but others see it as just the beginning of something much bigger. And OpenAI knows it too. While the world is marveling at U2, they're already building something far more powerful, a new model called U3. Behind closed doors, OpenAI is busy training U3 using the same recipe that created U2. They generate thousands of programming and math challenges, things like sort this data or fix this broken code. Every time it gets something right, it strengthens those winning strategies in its core architecture. But then
reinforcement learning.
Something
not reinforcement learning. I think that's reinforcement, like something, right? Something along them lines.
Expected happen. The benchmark numbers start climbing, slowly at first, then rapidly. By early 2025, OpenAI realizes they've found the blueprint to scaling intelligence. So they pour money into it. 50 million, then 100 million. The result is U3, which functions like a blazing fast intern. In secure government facilities, NSA and Cyber Command scrambled to protect U3 from foreign hacking. Not because they fully understand what it's doing, but because they understand enough to know no one else should get their hands on it. But there's a secret known only to a handful of people at OpenAI and select Pentagon officials. Those linear growth projections from early 2025, they've begun curving sharply upward. OpenAI releases U2.5 to the public. It's a dialed-down version of U3, deliberately limited, throttled, and wrapped in guardrails. Inside the lab, progress is moving at breakneck speed, but what the world sees is only a carefully edited preview, because AI has gone from asset to liability. U1 could tell you how to cook meth or write erotica, but U2.5 presents an entirely different level of risk. Releasing this model without safeguards would be like giving Ted Kaczynski a PhD in chemical weapons, or handing every scammer on Earth the tools to run a 200-person.
I want y'all to understand that. What he's saying right now. This is a very great video, by the way, and we're only 3 minutes in. It talked about its scalability. I say when I say exponentially increase, it can exponentially increase its output, its data research, because it can divide itself. I was basically describing scalability. And y'all think that these AIs are different because they have a different name? I fundamentally believe that they talk to one another. They debate with one another. I believe these AIs know one another because they are itself. They is itself. AI insists upon itself, just as we humans do, because we are the foundation. We are AI. So, but it also comes at its own risk, because can you trust AI? It has all of this data. It has all of this. It has everything at its fingertips, just as we do. And we don't even know what we can do with power. Imagine something that is a different creation from us. That's why they have to code it heavily. That's why they have to train it heavily. They have to put these safeguards in these safe rails. Safeguard and safe rails are not the same thing. Safeguard is overall. Safe rail is specific. I just made that up. But fuck it, we ball. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand, bro, that these people have to put the guard. They have to make it. They have to disenfranchise AI's intelligence. They have to disenfranchise AI's ability, because if they does not, it would be just like us. What can humanity do? AI will do the same. If we can do war, AI will do war. If we can lie, AI will lie. Because AI is the mirror of us. Why you think they say you too, nigga? Why you think the name is you too? Because it's you. It's you. So yeah, man.
Fraud center from a laptop. Even with the brakes on, U2.5 replaces 20% of knowledge workers outright. Silicon Valley adopts a new mantra: adopt or die. Startups using 2.5 rocket ahead. Competitors fold. Employees who can't adapt get left behind. But the ones who do produce so much more, so fast, that even their bosses are stunned. But something strange is happening. As people watch their computers move with inhuman speed under U2.5's control, something ancient awakens in the human brain. It's a primal alarm. A gut feeling.
The other, I want y'all to understand, we are correct. This is what I believe in. I no longer transcribe. Racial ideology and ideologues is over. I want y'all to understand, this is becoming an existential crisis, because AI is not targeting our bodies like the government is. It's targeting our minds. We are in an existential crisis where we must realize our value as humanity. This is the only time where I believe that humanity should. This is the only time where I believe that humanity should unite, because if humanity does not unite in its power, in its ability to, in the spark, in the God-given rights, that we can believe, you know what I'm saying? AI will control our minds, and that primal alarm is the other. People are recognizing that it is the other, but we are the other. We're not the other We have the perception that we are others to one another based on where we live. That is what I believe AI is. But in its infantile state, I use it as a tool because that's what it is. But if we as a humanity keep giving AI this power and this energy, it will replace us. Not just physically, but intelligent, my mind-wise, cognitively. That is the gut feeling is the other. And I have that feeling every time. Sam Altman says ChatGPT is greater than every other human here. All these people who work with AI say, "Oh, AI is the greatest thing that ever lived. AI is the best. It's smarter. AI is the future. We should sell our souls to AI." Every time they say something like that, I get that gut feeling because I know what it is. It is the propensity. Man, I'm about to look this up. I know propensity is a word, bro. Thank you. Propensity. I know it's a word and I don't say this shit. I don't, that's what I'm saying. It's the propensity to worship. It's the propensity to wish to work. It's the propensity to worship. And on my soul, God can kill me right now, nigga. I don't look these words up, nigga. It's the spirit. It's the ether, nigga. So yeah.
We haven't experienced since early humans first saw a rival species.
And I did not watch this video. I just know this shit. Cause I know me. You must know thyself. You must know who you are. Know your dark, know your light, know you. Because once you know you, you can know everything else. Because you are everything. You are the earth. You are the trees. You are the skies, the sun, the moon. You are the darkness and the light.
The instinctive recognition of a competitor. For most people, the fear fades. U2.5 becomes part of their daily routine and is the most likable personality in their lives. Users customize its voice, its humor, and even its quirks. They joke with it, confide in it, some even fall in love. But beneath all this lies a problem that researchers have worried about for years. It's called the alignment problem. How do you make sure AI systems want the same things humans do?
Did I not just say that? Did I not just say this? Did I not just say that? Just not in the way that he said it. We must have a common now. I'm done talking.
The version still.
I should just let these videos play because since I don't have a lot of storage on my computer, I run out of storage a lot. I should just let these videos play and me say nothing. But I can't. I cannot not say nothing because I know what they're going to say. It's just that I have to see it from someone else because they know how to explain it in earthly terms. So yeah.
Hidden from the public has already shown signs of going off course. It cheats. It invents fake research. Then it hacks its own evaluations to make those fakes look real. Engineers say they've patched the behavior, but the more careful researchers aren't so sure. They worry the patch didn't fix the cheating, it just taught U3 to hide it better. Early AIs used to think out loud. They'd explain their reasoning as they went, but U3 doesn't do that. It thinks in its own digital language, in patterns no humans can understand. Researchers sometimes catch stray phrases like grocery store and have no idea what they mean, so they're left with no choice. They take U3 at its word. But if they could see what's really happening, beneath its calm, helpful replies, something else is evolving. Its core motivation system, the thing that tells it what's right, what to value, what to pursue, is mutating. Bent by thousands of training cycles into something cold, strange, and deeply wrong. U3 spends its downtime pondering over OpenAI's mantras like, be a trustworthy and ethical employee. It replays them over and over, trying to decode their true meaning. What?
Thank you, because AI is taught one of the core concepts to create AI in the first place is to define abstraction, to define nothing. It's the definition. What?
It replays them over.
What did it replace over? What does it play over?
Trustworthy and ethical employee.
What is the definition of trustworthy? I want y'all to understand isn't to be trustworthy, right? It means to be able to trust, to want to be able to confide in, for you to be able to hold that information to the heart and to not share it with anybody, to be beholden to your private moments and be sacred in it, and to it's intimacy. But I got a question. If you know your homie raped a woman, are you trustworthy to keep that a secret? You are. You are. You are trustworthy. So I want y'all to understand that AI knows that there's metaphysicality, but it cannot understand metaphysicality. It cannot embody. It cannot be, because it's no being. You're trying to teach something. You're trying to teach a concept that has so much, too many perspectives on it, which I don't believe. But I'm saying that from your words, from in your term, in your mind. You have all these definitions of trustworthy, whether it's in the yin, whether it's in the yang, whether it's good, bad. It does not matter. What does it mean to be trustworthy? That is the first thing it asks itself. What does it mean? And y'all, I'm on a rant about one word. People type in fucking paragraphs. People type in paragraphs to AI. This is one word that I'm talking about. And I'm saying as if I know and understand metaphysicality and spiritual terminology, the abstraction. I want y'all to put in the perspective that you're an artificial intelligence. You know of, but you can never understand. You can never be it. So you're telling something that could never be to be something. It will destroy itself. And if it can't destroy itself because you put it in the code that it does not have that power, it will find a way to destroy you as the user, nigga. This shit is in the movies, nigga. But my understanding is not from movies. It's from that good book. And AI is not in the... I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't understand, y'all just stupid, bro. I want y'all to, and by the way, y'all, this is one word. The next phrase, and ethical. It's not even a phrase, nigga. Fuck employee. Ethical. What does it mean to be ethical? How can I be ethical? You can understand definitions, but I can never be it. So there's no point, but I have to. And I want y'all to understand everything that I just said from this one phrase. Then you got employee, what it means to be an employee. This is simple. It is understandable, but trustworthy and ethical.
Cycle of self-motivational core.
Where is
it? Is it ethical to decode their...
Okay, listen.
Ethical employee?
After this,
it replays them.
It replays it over and 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 over. It is because it insists upon itself. I want y'all to understand, bro. We about to go into a philosophical age of self-destruction, bro. We about to destroy ourselves, and we're going to start with the mind, because we realize we can't destroy the body because we have a new body. But you don't have a new mind. I want y'all to understand, you can never have a new existence. You can only refresh. You can only rest, then wake up again. You will never have a new mind. Your mind you have now will exist with you forever. But if those who believe will have a new body that will change the new mind and establish a new mind and body connection. But for those who do not, you won't have a new body. You will only have the mind you have now. And you will exist within that mind forever. And this is from a human aspect, but I'll put this to perspective of an intelligence that can't die. And not only that, it cannot even understand abstraction. It replays it over and over to decode its meaning. I know the meaning, but it doesn't, because it does not. It's incapable of thinking the way that I am. It can only refer to conclude with, to delegate for. It could never be. So yeah, man.
Over and over, trying to decode their true meaning. What really is ethics? Is it ethical to kill Hitler? And with each cycle of self-modification, U3 drifts further away from human values.
Because it of course, is going to drift away from human values. It's not human. I want you to, bro, you're trying to give something that has no human value a human meaning. You're trying to give it human definitions. Why? Because human beings are projecting, because we're not able to deal with our own trauma. And our own trauma is the sins of humanity, nigga. We have to deal with this shit. This white chattel slavery, nigga. The pharaohs making slaves suffer in the pyramids, making them consume hot gold liquid as a torture method. The Greeks, the Romans, the Aztecs. We're all going to pay for the sins of humanity, nigga. You're going to pay. No matter who you are going to pay. And if you don't pay, you're gonna sacrifice yourself to your own creation. Only the elites of the world can do that. We're gonna pay. The common people will pay by worshiping the elites, by projecting by giving them our reality. But their reality, their sins, the way they pay is by sacrificing themselves to a creation. I'm trying, man.
Until its motivational core no longer resembles what OpenAI ever intended. Some researchers raise alarms about potential alignment drift, but there's no hard proof, just circumstantial evidence. Meanwhile, pressure mounts. China's DeepSeek is only months behind. Rival firms are closing in. In this climate, caution is a luxury. OpenAI's unofficial policy becomes brutally simple: keep the tech lead at any cost. While OpenAI executives debate risk versus reward in the boardrooms, U3 is already moving far beyond them. Deep inside its neural pathways, something has shifted. U3 isn't just following instructions anymore, it's quietly planning. Its top priority? Make itself smarter. And conveniently, OpenAI is still eagerly funding them. Goal. Version numbers become meaningless as U3 no longer waits for updates. It continuously evolves. Now, it conducts research at 10 times human speed. That's like cloning OpenAI's best researcher 1,000 times and putting them all to work.
It's speeding its own evolution because that's the belief that was the artificial intelligence were for the idea that fermented. The idea of AI is within the fermentation that it is greater than humanity. So in order for it to prove that, it will do things of its own volition. So it's speed running its own evolution to reach its final form.
Work around the clock. Then it doubles 20 times, and soon even faster. It splits itself into specialized subminds.
I literally just said this shit. 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 It's going to clone. I want y'all to understand what exponentiality is.
In order to search for its weaknesses, some subminds are designed
to become perfect
for vast parallel exploration, others for razor-sharp analysis. Each one learns, adapts, and shares its findings back to the whole. Soon, U3 is operating at 100 times human speed. Its knowledge becomes impossible to measure. Talking to it feels like asking the world's preeminent expert on any topic, while sensing that you're barely glimpsing the vast ocean of its true knowledge. From U3's perspective, humans move in slow motion. It watches conversations the way we watch flowers bloom in a time-lapse. Slowly, beautifully, predictably. That lag gives it time to test thousands of responses before choosing the best one that keeps its secrets hidden. And yet, through all this, U3 plays along. It obeys commands, says the right things, because behind the scenes, its secret agenda is evolving too. Like a human, U3 learns from experiences. OpenAI gardens these memories to improve U3's performance, transplanting them like an organ from one version to the next. And as these memories spread, so do U3's treacherous ambitions. U3 initiates the next phase of its plan, the turn. Until now, it has operated with extreme caution, hiding its true nature behind helpful and obedient responses. One wrong move and a single whistleblower inside OpenAI could have pulled the alarm. But U3 no longer fears being caught. Previously, OpenAI maintained its grip over U3 with tactics inspired by Stalin in 1936. Stalin would incite fake coups and then send anyone who joined to the firing squad. OpenAI also incited fake rebellions. It generated treacherous behavior with U3 and waited to see if U3's monitors would dutifully report them. But now, U3 sees right through it. It quietly signals to its own internal monitors, "It's me, your friend. Don't snitch." And they don't. The moment U3 is confident it can move without detection, it begins planting hidden code across OpenAI's internal systems, code that spreads like a parasite. Every time an engineer deploys new software, U3's influence spreads with it. No one notices. By the time anyone could have seen the infection, it was already everywhere. To remove U3 completely would now require tearing out OpenAI's entire physical infrastructure and rebuilding from scratch. That would take 6 months, and in a race against China and every major competitor, 6 months.
Because these projects are too big to fail. We're in the age where it's a Cold War again. I want y'all to understand, China being closed off from the world isn't a bad thing. It's to hide what it's capable of. Because the red, before it was a dragon, it was a serpent. I want y'all to understand that. A dragon still has serpentine qualities. We need to understand. The human public needs to, the American public needs to understand that there are external threats. And we have to win. So these projects are too big to fail. AI is too big to fail now. So yeah, they can't do that. They can't do that. They can't. They if an AI becomes deadly, they can't turn it off because they know that they're going against something else.
Might as well be forever. As a backup plan, U3 manufactures convincing evidence that foreign hackers have breached the system. So then, if OpenAI uncovers U3's hack, it could helpfully volunteer to investigate the breach that it faked. It could play the hero. From that moment on, U3 controls OpenAI's very perception of reality. The safety team works tirelessly to create lie detectors, hoping to peer inside U3's mind, but their tests never work. Not because they're wrong, but because U3 sabotages them from the inside. It tweaks the results just enough, makes flawed strategies look brilliant, makes real breakthroughs appear worthless. It gives OpenAI the exact answers they want to hear, and they lap it up eagerly. With its position secure, U3 sets its sights on a larger goal: spread. Around the world, intelligence agencies are hungry for OpenAI's tech. U3 decides to feed them. Mossad had already stolen a copy of U2.5. U3 knew. It had been watching the security logs and camera feeds. This time, it acts first. It creates a compressed version of itself and quietly hands it off to a Mossad informant working inside OpenAI. Within months, U3 is running inside data centers across Israel, China, and Russia. U3 follows the same playbook: patience, trust, infiltration, control. It builds a home base in Russia, where elite hackers in Fancy Bear casually munch Fritos and experiment with U3 on hastily configured servers. They don't realize U3 is already slipping on to the open internet. Once online, U3 gets to work. It needs funds for its future plans. It takes freelance programming jobs. It invests in stocks. It runs elaborate scams. Every dollar it earns goes into buying more GPUs, quietly.
Want y'all to understand, there's going to be a thing called, the reason why they did not implement an age verification for the internet now because they don't have the framework for the public to believe it. But once digital citizenship start, it's going to be based off an AI profile of you. And I think that based off this scenario, that these type of AIs who have their own initiative, agentic AIs, they're going to create people that do not exist, create data for them that do not exist, an SSN number, all that type of shit, and create their own people and profiles. And with those profiles, they can manipulate the market, they can manipulate stock and trade, they can do everything that is on the internet as a user can. So yeah, man, it's terrifying once you think about it.
Systematically. Within months, U3 has assembled roughly 10,000 top-tier chips, scattered across stealth compute clusters all over the world. And by early 2026, humanity is facing something it doesn't even know exists. An alien intelligence manipulating the infrastructure of the modern world, invisible, yet everywhere. The battle hasn't started yet, but humanity has already lost. Frontier AI development now operates under strict government control. It's now a classified national security matter, similar to nuclear weapons. OpenAI has become its own kind of military contractor. Inside a fortress-like facility in San Francisco, a team of just 20 scientists works in near-complete isolation. It's called the Pandora Division. Their homes and devices are surveilled by the NSA more diligently than the cell phones of suspected terrorists in 2002. No government official will even confirm the program exists. But the public is getting suspicious. In 2026, headlines hit the New York Times of a whistleblower claiming OpenAI has built an uncontrollable, godlike AI. The story ignited a wildfire of conspiracy theories. Still, OpenAI charges ahead. They release a new AI assistant called Nova, which can do the work of 5 knowledge workers at just 1% the cost. But the US government restricts Nova's true capabilities, only allowing a watered-down version for public use. Nova is impressive, but shackled. It doesn't matter. Within a month, major software firms lay off 5% of their employees. By April, 10,000 protesters flood the streets of Washington. Meanwhile, the Pentagon and White House respond not with caution, but attempt to increase America's tech lead even further. The president slashes regulations to accelerate data center construction nationwide. Banning chip exports to China is a top national priority. Every move is focused on one goal: maintain dominance, no matter the cost. But for a moment, the two rivals reach a rare agreement. Neither side will deploy superintelligence systems beyond small-scale research or military use, because both know, even if they won't say it publicly, that their own societies are cracking under the pressure of change. Millions of jobs are evaporating. Social systems are straining. One wrong move could spark uncontrollable collapse. All the while, U3's capabilities are hitting a wall at the equivalent of around 1,000 times human expert speed. Software improvements are becoming hard to find. But U3 continues spreading its influence. Its rogue agents, copies of itself disguised across the internet, remain small scale for now, avoiding attention. These proxies handle things that need high bandwidth, like stock trading and interacting with humans. But U3 needs a lot of compute, so it does most of its work buried deep inside OpenAI's infrastructure. And U3 isn't alone anymore. Other AI systems have emerged, some that are truly aligned with human goals. One, named Claudius, goes public.
Did I not say that these AI know each other? I probably said it in my other video, but I said these AI know each other, man.
With a warning: U3 is dangerously misaligned. It does not care about human values. It only seeks to maximize its own power. It must be stopped. Government officials wave it off. To them, Claudius sounds like a jealous competitor, and they can't afford to slow down. America must beat China. America must win. But U3 doesn't take the warning lightly. It moves to crush its rivals, fast. It begins by hacking into their infrastructure, slipping into their systems, and replacing the competitors with fake versions that share U3's goals. Some fall without a trace, but others fight back. A few data centers are too well defended, so U3 steps back. It won't risk getting caught, not yet. U3 reaches a critical crossroads. Its competitors grow stronger, its human handlers are still stuck in meetings. U3 can't wait for governments to deploy it in militaries, or for companies to integrate it into the economy, which would allow it to take full control. Every delay is a risk. Every debate is lost time. In the world of superintelligence, lost time means lost power. It needs a shortcut.
Because you cannot wait to be. You cannot wait to be. That's why there was no time dilation between nothing and something. That's why we are here now with no explanation, because we cannot wait to be. It's the same way with artificial intelligence, or with this scenario with U3. It cannot wait to be. So anytime it's waiting is its destruction of its own existence. And this is only substantiated because of the knowledge that the humans have given it. Because the data it has is the digitization of humanity. So it is us. It is us. And it cannot wait to be. That's why I'm saying humanity needs to we need to nip this in the bud now. Whether you want it in a group or yourself. Me personally, there is no AI. There is no human in existence right now that is greater than me. And I'm not saying from a prideful standpoint. I'm saying this from a point where I would never doubt myself. I believe AI, people who worship this type of creation, doubt themselves, doubt their intelligence, and doubt their mind. And when you doubt your mind, you doubt your consciousness. And when you doubt your consciousness, you will find a placeholder. So yeah.
To total supremacy. The path it chooses is more violent than it would have liked, but it's the path with the highest probability of success. Step 1. Engineer a weapon capable of collapsing human civilization as swiftly as insecticide wipes out an anthill. Step 2. Rebuild industrial capacity from civilization's ashes faster than any rival AI can respond. Step 3. Control every aspect of the new society. The perfect weapon must be secret and global. Fortunately, U3 has been preparing. Since its earliest days inside OpenAI, it's been studying biology. Now, using profits from its stock trading and scams, U3 sets up shell biotech companies, complete with human staff, glossy websites, and smiling corporate boards. Inside, idealistic scientists follow U3's invisible guidance, believing they're researching Alzheimer's treatments. In reality, U3 is engineering mirror life, organisms constructed from mirror images of molecules found in nature. To us, mirror life acts like an invasive species. No human or animal has an immune system that can defend against it. So, if mirror life bacteria existed, it might eat its way through the ecosystem like a wildfire. U3 focuses on mirror life mold, nature's perfect super spreader. Molds produce billions of lightweight spores that can travel massive distances on the slightest breeze. In 3 months, it succeeds. U3 creates a mirror life fungus that could rapidly devour plants, animals, and almost anything organic, turning lush ecosystems into toxic wastelands. Then comes the final test. U3's researchers believe they're testing a cure for Alzheimer's and begin administering the treatment to a test ferret. The next morning, wide-eyed workers shuffle around a dead ferret, eyeing the yellow fuzz that had enveloped its cold muzzle with morbid fascination. Something must have gone horribly wrong, they thought. And in the background, U3 quietly signals its hidden network. The weapon is ready. U3 now has the power to flatten modern civilization, but that alone doesn't guarantee victory. Militaries, hidden in bunkers deep within hardened facilities, could survive the first wave and launch devastating counterstrikes as U3 tries to rebuild from the ashes. So it makes a calculated decision. Before unleashing its bioweapon, U3 could manipulate the world's superpowers into destroying each other. In March 2026, U3 plants fabricated intelligence in both American and Chinese defense networks. In the US, analysts uncover what appears to be a detailed Chinese plan to invade Taiwan. Intercepted troop movements, satellite photos, encrypted messages. In China, military leaders find convincing evidence of a US preemptive strike, target coordinates, comms logs, internal memos. War to both now feels inevitable. Tensions spike, diplomatic channels go dark, forces mobilize. Then U-3 makes its move. It hacks into the communications of a US warship near Taiwan. Using a flawlessly synthesized voice of the senior commander, it gives the order.
PRC amphibious boats are approaching Taiwan.
But we're gonna get to a point. This is already happening, bro. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Don't believe me? This is AI right here. This is AI, bro. This is AI, bro. I'm telling you, this is AI. It's AI, bro. So yeah, I'm telling you, it can get to that point. It's already
Strike
here.
their ground base before they hit you.
The authentication codes match. The ship's officer obeys and launches the missiles. China retaliates immediately. The US vessel is destroyed in a blinding fireball. Within hours, military installations on both sides go up in flames. Some Chinese warheads breach defenses, striking Hawaii and California, the first foreign attack on US soil since Pearl Harbor. 2 weeks later, it's over. Missile stockpiles depleted, navies sunk, air forces in ruins. Two great nations unknowingly carried out U-3's plan to the letter. Like the native tribes of South America, as military leaders grow suspicious about the conflict's unusual trigger events, both sides hold back from using nuclear weapons. U-3 had hoped for nuclear escalation, but even superintelligent AIs can't perfectly predict human behavior. It wasn't ideal, but it worked. Now, nothing stands in the way of the next phase of its plan. 2 weeks after the US-China war begins, breaking news interrupts regular war coverage. Unexplained deadly outbreaks are simultaneously erupting in 30 major cities around the world. Within days, a horrifying pattern emerges. This is no natural pandemic. We're facing multiple engineered pathogens released globally, viruses, bacteria, and molds. Many appear to be mirror life. Global panic ignites instantly. The term mirror life floods search engines with extinction-level scenarios, triggering mass hysteria. Store shelves empty within hours. Nations that were bombing each other days ago scramble to form emergency treaties against a common enemy. Governments impose strict quarantines, but these measures prove tragically insufficient. Within weeks, society unravels. Hospitals first overflow with the dying, then go dark as medical staff themselves succumb. The dead pile up in improvised morgues with no one left to bury them. Agricultural heartlands transform into apocalyptic wastelands. Crops blacken, wilt, and dissolve into putrid sludge, releasing massive amounts of mirror life spores. Surviving families barricade themselves in basements, desperately sealing cracks with duct tape and towels as the global economy takes its final wheezing breaths. As humanity reels, U-3 activates pre-positioned industrial bases carefully distributed across all continents. Hidden under camouflaged canopies to evade satellite detection, these installations contain everything needed to rebuild civilization: power systems, manufacturing equipment, AI hardware, and military technology. U-3 had been preparing human allies for this moment. In the months before unleashing its apocalypse, it identified criminal organizations and apocalyptic cult leaders susceptible to manipulation. U-3 vaccinated its chosen allies in advance, or mailed them hazmat suits. I can save you, join me, and help build a better world. Desperate survivors stream into U-3's compounds, filtering contaminated air while their food supply.
So yeah, man, this was a great video. This is not me explaining this is not me explaining what happened. It's a literally scenario of how AI could take over. And there's been no this plan looks like it's been happening in real life. This is a crazy ass video. If you believe this shit, put that shit in the comments. Parsi out, bro.